Alright, let's roll for Terezi and John. Let's see. Oh, guess I'm doing Terezi, and I guess we might as well make you do John then. So, oh god,
Wow!
wrong chat. Hang on a second.
Wow!
There we go. Okay. Alright.
Alright. Hey, Terezi, guess where I'm right now?
Your human wedding?
Considering that humans are only a species on Earth C with the concept of weddings, technically all weddings are human weddings. So there's really no reason to qualify it like that, Terezi.
When did you get so hung up on semantics?
Well, I became a real adult. Speaking of which, no, I am not at my human wedding. That was months ago.
What?
You forgot? I thought you said you'd try and make it back in time for it.
John, I talked to you yesterday.
Wow. I knew time moved differently out there than it does here, but that's really something else. It's been almost 6 months for me. Okay, well, in that case, I guess I can forgive you for missing my wedding.
You can do that if you want, but I never actually asked for your forgiveness. And I have no intention of apologizing.
It's not me you need to apologize to. Everyone really wanted to see you. Kanaya, Dave, and Karkat have all asked about you like a zillion times.
Really? A zillion?
Okay, I'm obviously exaggerating for effect, but they've asked a lot. Karkat says you've been ignoring his message for literal years at this point. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, why am I the only one you ever answer? I mean, we weren't even that close, were we? Not like you were with him.
Don't overthink it, Egbert. You were just the most annoying about being ghosted. Far too annoying to ignore.
Thanks, Terezi. I have that one put into my tombstone.
Yes, please do. Immortalize my peerless brutal dunkings. I get the impression that everyone is going way too easy on you in my absence.
Oh yeah, it's seriously horrible. I'm suffering all the positive attention from my caring friend.
So, how was your default culture pair mating event?
My wedding, good, I guess. Really good, actually. You should have seen Roxy. She was so beautiful in her dress. I mean, there were some awkward patches, but it was mostly okay.
Awkward patches? Like what? Was Gamzee there?
Yeah, but he wasn't bad for once. He mostly just hung out by the punch and tried. Jake, oh god, okay, see. The worst part was when Roxy had to throw the bouquet, right? Jane and Jake are kinda, together now.
Oh god.
And she basically ordered Jake to catch the bouquet or else. I was seriously afraid for him, and then he didn't even catch it.
Why did she want it so bad? Is it edible?
Whoever catches the bouquet is the next couple to get married.
Huh? Is that the law in human culture?
Oh, no, there's no law.
Then what sort of binding contract exists surrounding this bouquet to make it so desirable?
Humans do for fun.
So, it's a superstition.
I'd call it more of a tradition. Although in the case of Jane and Jake, superstition might be a more appropriate word.
This story has a lot of extraneous details. You're really bad at gossiping. Do you know that, John? Guess the juicy bits. Who caught the bouquet?
Well, it was Jade. Jade, Dave, and Karkat.
All three of them? Does that mean...
Yeah, they're all dating, or rather, Jade is dating them both. Dave and Karkat haven't exactly figured things out yet. And as much as I love Jade, I don't actually think she helped the matters by putting herself in the middle of it.
Somehow that doesn't seem right.
I know, and that's why it was so messed up that Jade caught the bouquet. Now I have to pretend to laugh and think it's funny when she makes jokes about being the next to tie the knot.
Wow, did she really go for that double entendre?
What?
What?
What do you mean?
Never mind. Anyway, sounds like a tough life, Egbert.
Har har, okay, you're right. things are pretty good right now, if that's the worst thing I have to complain about. Things'll probably work out with those three anyways. Things have always worked out between old friends. We're all known each other for too long for anything to cause a permanent rift.
So, if you're not at your human wedding right now, where are you?
Huh?
Oh my god, are you serious? You had the memory of a cuttlefish. You opened this conversation by asking me to guess where you are right now.
Oh, I'm at the hospital.
Are you bleeding?
What the hell, Terezi? No, I'm not fucking bleeding.
Oh, that's unfortunate. In that case, are you okay?
Yeah. Actually, I'm more than okay. I'm great. I'm not here for me. It's for Roxy. She's pregnant.
Pregnant?
It means we're going to have a baby.
I know what pregnant means, John. It just seems kind of fast.
Well, it's what happens when people get married.
Are humans not capable of having sex unless they enter a contractual agreement?
God damn it, Terezi.
Well, aren't they?
Of course they are, but marriage is what makes it special. What?
Oh, nothing. You're just so.
Let me guess. So dumb, blah blah.
Well, that too, but I was actually going to say adorable.
What?
I have to get going. It's not safe where I am. Go see to your mates, Brit John. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, okay, take care of yourself, Terezi.
I always do.
Hey, Terezi, I have something to tell you, and you're not going to believe it.
I already heard about how Jane is dating both Jake and Gamzee, and unfortunately I do believe it. I definitely could have lived without seeing the visual evidence, however.
Like, wait, how do you know about that?
I lied about you being more annoying than Karkat. Karkat is still the most astonishingly annoying person I know.
Oh, so you talked to him?
And Dave, just for a bit. This was an incredibly hot piece of gossip, and I couldn't trust you to deliver it with the air of gravitas it deserved.
Probably true. The whole Jane Gamzee thing is freaking me out, actually. I mean, they're technically my parents, and a version of Jane that was literally my Nana, and now she's having sex with Gamzee. Oh, never mind. I don't even want to think about it.
I hope you haven't seen the picture Dave took.
Dave has a picture. Wait, never mind. I don't want to know, and I definitely don't want to see it.
Very well, your loss. It certainly is something to behold, though, I must say.
Whatever. So, what did you think talking to Dave and Karkat? Did they seem happy?
Nope.
Oh my god, I know, right? The whole thing is such a mess. It's hard to be in the same room with them these days. I don't even know the full story because Dave won't talk to me about it anymore, and Jade seems to think that everything's going to be fine.
Karka had some choice words to say about Jake's lackluster blackroom conduct.
So, he doesn't think the situation is great either.
No, Jade is definitely not in hate with him, and it shows.
Yeah, Jade doesn't exactly have the whole lot of hate inside her. In fact, it's probably the opposite. I think she was alone for so long that it's like she stored up this huge reservoir of love, and she has no idea how to put put a dam on it. I think she means well, and in most ways, she's really smart, but socially speaking, he kind of.
That's putting it lightly.
How does Karkat feel?
He's not caliginous for her. He's not caliginous for her either. If I had to give my assessment of what's grown between them from my brief observation of the situation, I describe it as resentment.
Oh no.
Resentment can be fine in a short-term black affair if the goal is just to fill pails and avoid cuddling, but in a sustained romantic rivalry, it will always spell ruin. Just like in a caliginous relationship, how it's important for you to be able to communicate with your chismesis.
Really?
Of course, a true chismesis is just about as much your life partner as your mate's is.
I had no idea. Not to be culturally insensitive, but I thought it was just like you'd meet up every once in a while and to do like hate makeouts.
John, you're being extremely culturally insensitive.
Sorry.
You can't just say not to be something and then just go ahead and be exactly that. It is automatically problematic.
I'm just asking questions.
Xenophobic questions, it would seem.
Man, not you two.
To what?
Pointing stuff that xenophobic all the time, but in a way there where you probably don't even mean.
Don't even mean it. Why wouldn't I mean it? Is cultural sensitivity a joke to you?
Ugh, I'm just. All I'm getting at is you've been talking to Dave a lot, haven't you?
I keep my correspondence with Strider well within reasonable parameters, just like I do with you. To be honest, much less than you. Who even has the time for the nonsense of cool kids these days?
I'm. You got nothing but time, apparently. Flying around out there for God knows how much longer. Why don't you just give it a rest already and come back?
I cannot rest while the mission remains incomplete. You know this.
Seriously, it's been beautiful back here on our sea. Terezi, so peaceful and harmonious. You should come back and come and check it sometimes.
I'll pass. Anyway, as I was saying, just like with human romantic relationships, there are all kinds of cosmetices.
Oh, you've changed your subject back so fast I think I got whiplash.
Yes, some cosmesis relationships are of the nature you describe, but not all of them. The point of a cosmesis is not just make you annoyed or even angry, they should push you to better yourself. They should shine a light on things about yourself that you would otherwise ignore or deny.
Why?
Why what?
Is that why you're so determined to find her?
Uh,
Is it? Isn't it? It
no.
is, isn't it?
Vriska and I were. I can't explain it. It's just not as simple as you're making it out to be.
Alright.
Besides, between us, things are always so
Weird.
dramatic, and I think I've constantly had my fill of dramatic black relationships for a long time. If I were ever to do black one again, it would have to be low-key. You know, gentle teasing, vaguely antagonistic feelings, jams. Someone who I could both torment and have an honest conversation with.
When you put it that way, I guess maybe it doesn't sound so bad.
Thank you for your cultural sensitivity. I have high hopes for you, Egbert. One day I hope to be able to introduce you to friends and say, this is John, he's not xenophobic.
Oh yeah? Well, one day I hope to introduce you to people and say, "Hi, this is Terezi. She doesn't suck shit."
Okay, more things
Oh
to
god.
do. Alright, narrator. Oh, me. There.
3 girls.
And 3 girls. Rose, Kanaya, Roxy. Okay. So Rose is you. Oh, me. Never mind. It was just on the edge. Then Kanaya is me again, just about again. And I really hope you're doing Roxy, because I want to do 4 things. Oh no. Can I just ignore that roll and just say you do Roxy? It
Yourself again, didn't you?
It rolled me again, yeah. Should we just...
Alright, I'll do.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
guess
overrule
that wheel really loves you.
Okay. 3 months later, John is still thinking about his last conversation with Terezi. It's kind of impossible not to when Rose and Kanaya keep saying the name Vriska every 5 minutes. He really thought they were done with hearing about Vriska all the time, but apparently Rose and Kanaya were intent on breathing life into that tradition. Vriska, don't chew on your chair's dinner tray. Darling, she's only a grub. She hasn't yet grown her oral canals. Yes, but I believe strongly that we should get into the habit of speaking to her like an adult. It'll be good for her social development. Is that how your mother raised you? I would have loved it if my mother spoke more frankly with me, but she was just, let's just say, a rather awkward person. No offense, Roxy.
None taken. I can't even imagine all the ways I'd fuck up a kid in a timeline where I didn't sort out my drinking, to be honest.
Oh, you weren't awful. I just have, how do you always put it, dear? A penchant for melodrama.
Well, yeah, your dad made sure he got some of himself in you.
I suppose he did. And then everyone in the room observes a moment of silence for their dear departed friend Dirk Strider. Except for John, who takes advantage of their sudden distraction to anxiously tap at his phone. He sent Terezi a text an hour ago when Roxy was fixing her makeup in her contacts. He's not sure why he feels the need to hide the fact he's talking to her. It's not like there's anything untoward about what he's doing, just texting an old friend. What's wrong with that? Nothing at all, he thinks, as he closely monitors his silent praying wife, ready to stash the phone in his pocket the moment she shows the slightest sign of movement. She lifts her head to speak. He's like Houdini with the phone.
Damn, I still can't believe Dirk's gone, though.
Yes, it was so sudden, but the best we can do to honor him is simply to move on with our lives. I'm sure it's what he would have wanted.
Huh?
John shoots Rose a weird look. She smiles back benignly and then goes to collect her troll daughter from her booster seat. She holds baby Vriska close to her chest and leans over to give Kanaya a kiss on the cheek. The precious grub is framed between them, and the two eyes are ringed in a halo of pale light at the peak of this magical moment. It should be a beautiful image, but something about it roils John's gut. Rose sits back down, cradles Vriska in one arm, and begins to unbutton the top of her shirt with the other. John instinctively finds something else to look at. Anything. His fishing hands will do. Have you two thought about what to name your grubs?
It's one grub, lol.
Oh, that's a relief. I've actually been very worried about your well-being considering how human grubs are born.
Oh, why?
Well, don't they have to eat their way out of the womb? Kanaya. It's what Karkat told me. Karkat gets all of his information on humanity from the movies. And Dave, which is even worse than the movies. Mixed up that word. That's your line.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What movies are they watching?
Nothing too graphically misleading, I suspect. I equally suspect that at any time there's a human birthing moment on camera, Karkat probably turns away to discuss it to watch, while Dave continues filling his ear with more lies about human biology.
Lol.
Then I was given inaccurate information. Yes. Whew. If that was true, how would our species have survived? We would have had a 100% maternal mortality rate during childbirth. Yes, I forgot how primitive medical technology was on your planets. Then how are humans born? Use your head for a moment, darling. Oh, I see.
Now,
I'm sorry, John. All this girl talk must be making you uncomfortable.
can we change the subject to something less gross and weird? Less. So, is Vriska really the name you're going with?
Kanai gives John an inquisitive, wide-eyed look, as if there could be no conceivable reason for someone to ask this question. Yes, of course. Why would we change her name when she's nearly a year old?
Well, it's not like it would hurt or anything. Didn't Kanaya just say she doesn't have ears yet? OMG, John, don't be rude. I'm not trying to be rude. I just think it's a little weird.
I don't see why. I mean, she is practically a clone of Vriska.
Yeah, Kanaya, I know. That's why it's weird.
I appreciate your concern, John, but it's not that weird to name a child after an important figure from your youth. What were you thinking of naming your own child? John hesitates, adjusts his glasses for want of something to do with his hands. This is the conversation he's been dragging his heels on for months. Back when Roxy first got pregnant, it was all they talked about, but now that she's so close to the due date, all the subject does is make his pulse go shaky.
And Egbert. Roxy, I didn't think we were decided on that. I don't know, you see?
He was. What's bugging him about it is that Roxy didn't have any suggestions of her own. Rose stops breastfeeding Vriska and hands her off to Kanaya. She comes to sit beside John, setting her hand on his knee. She speaks kindly. Wasn't that the guy from Night Court? A show that reminds you of your father. I think that in this new world we've created, it's important to carry the torch of what we've left behind us. We must name the new generation for the fallen heroes that we admire.
We admire Vriska now?
It's true that Vriska was a controversial figure, even at the best of times, but she did defeat Lord English, John. This remark seems to cure John of a shaky pulse problem, if only because, for a moment, his heart seems to stop beating altogether. It shocks him in a way that causes him to feel the planet turning under his feet. He whips his head up to look at Rose intently. She seems alert. Her gaze is precise. She doesn't seem ill or off or confused at all.
Vriska didn't defeat Lord English.
Rose doesn't say anything. No one said anything.
Rose, no one knows what happened to Lord English.
Of course we do. Risky user Juju and her accompanying ghost army to defeat him. Why else would we be here?
Though.
Then what did happen, John?
Dad, no one knows. Rose, come on. You're the one who told me all this.
I told you what?
About a year ago, you were feeling bad and asked me to come over. Then you gave me this big speech about canon and being like outside canon and not canon and other shit like timelines and fate and my anime dream.
That's all in the past, John. Everything works out in the end. Why are you getting so obsessed about this?
You gave me a list of instructions and told me that I had to unless my retcon powers would go back to a very specific point in time to defeat Lord English, where he was still just a kid. And you told me that I had to do this too, to validate the sequence of reality, but I didn't. It was all ready to go. I thought I was going to die, honestly, but then you.
John swirls around and points a finger at his wife. It comes across as more accusatory than he means it to be. Accusation? Whatever.
The choice. And I made my choice, which is why I ended up saying, but it didn't really at all work it out in the end. If I didn't stop Lord English, then are we even really here at all?
The three gals in the room exchange a series of concerned glances. Do they truly think he's crazy? Are they hiding something from him? John can feel himself trembling. It's not possible that he's remembering this wrong, is it? It can't be. If he presses his eyes shut, he can still see the line of the black hole cracking space paths around him. It seemed like such a big deal at the time, and then suddenly it feels like nothing at all. Why? Roxy leans over and sets a cool hand on John's forehead.
Okay there, babe. I'm fine.
You're not the ones doing okay, he nearly shouts, but then he realizes it's just going to make him sound crazier than he already looks. He brushes Roxy's hand away and stands abruptly, looking woozy and sweating at the temples. His skin is tight and clammy, too hot and too cold all at once.
Need some fresh air. Want me to come with you? No, I mean, no. I need a moment alone. I think I'm getting those new dad jitters. That must be. Oh, of course. That makes sense. Take care of yourself, huh?
John grabs his coat and sprints out of the hive. He vaults into the air and follows the breeze up, coasting over the tree line and out of the troll suburb that Kanaya and Rose have made their home in. Furiously, he begins typing on his phone.
See, I know that you got some important stuff to do, but out there in Paradox Space, but I really need to hear from you. On my side, it's been months since we've last talked, and I can't figure out if it's because I said something wrong or if it's because something terrible happened to you. Things here on Earth are.
John shuts his eyes for a moment and takes a deep breath. The breath that rattles over the forest seems foul somehow, stale, like air that's been recycled multiple times over.
Great. I mean, on the surface, everything is fantastic. Everyone's so happy, and it finally seems like we're all making real progress as adults, but at the same time, everyone is also acting crazy. I feel like I'm the only sane person left in this entire universe. Like the only one who seems to care about anything. I mean, care about anything bigger. Bigger than what to name a baby or who's stuck in a terrible relationship with who. Oh my god, this probably sounds so pathetic. Terezi, I'm seriously pathetic. It's so selfish of me to even be messaging you at all. I've got a beautiful wife who loves me, but it's not enough. I can't even talk to her about what we're going to name our stupid kid who without it turning out into some weird thing where she just goes along with whatever I want. Even when all I want is for her to want something different than what I want. Okay, I'll take it back. Our kid's not stupid. Well, okay. He hasn't even been born yet, so maybe he'll turn out to be stupid eventually. What do I know? Anyway, the point is, I'm just popping off random things at people who don't deserve it because I'm really upset right now. Not at anyone in particular, probably just at myself. Like, wow, can you believe how shitty I'm being right now? You could be dead for all I know, and yet here I am begging for your attention even though my life is perfect. But I don't know who else I can talk to. Even Rose is acting weird all of a sudden. I guess what I'm trying to say is you're the only thing that still makes sense to me, Terezi. Right now, I just really need you. Please, come make some sense at me.
John notices his fingers are shaking. He makes a conscious effort to keep them still and exhales. Come make some sense at me? Good lord. He's got to put it together before he blurts out something really embarrassing. He braces himself as if splashing an imaginary glass of cold water in his own face, and reminds himself once again that he has a wonderful life, a perfect life. He's happy, goddammit. He's about to pocket his phone when he catches some movements at the bottom corner of the screen. It's an indication that someone is typing. He stops breathing until the text actually appears. Okay, loser, tell me what happened this time. Alright.